Teresa's with Moms. I'm Sydney, and this is Sonia, and we are moms first and teachers second.
In this podcast, we dive into everything from parenthood and teacher life to balancing all the chaos in between. We'll share the highs, the lows, and plenty of laughs along the way. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, or just in need of a good laugh, this is a place for you.
In today's episode, we will be ringing in the new year. We'll be sharing the goals that we have for 2025. So grab some snacks and a drink of your choice, and let's get into it.
All right, Sydney, what goals you got?
Well, funny that you ask. I've got 3 categories.
Of course you do.
I have some family goals and teacher goals, and I have personal goals.
Awesome.
Which one we start with first?
Let's start with family.
Okay, so it's gonna be weird. No judgment, guys. Okay,
Never.
Judgment.
Never.
So I don't know how to explain this without it sounding really weird. Let me just say it, and then we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the big family goals that I have this year is to go to the park more. And I know that sounds like, oh, you're not taking your kids to the park? Oh my gosh, what a bad mom. Or like, you know, all that. One, the park gives me anxiety. Let me add that. It's just because there's so many people and there's so many things around. And I could never take my girls to the park because at the time that I would want to take them, my husband worked a really crappy job.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't because he became a teacher.
So he's living the life.
So he's living the life. But, you know, now I can take them and have that. But also we focus on so many more, like, actual experiences. Like, we're involved in so much. My husband is a German dancer. So we're always going to, like, German fests or festivals that have German dancers and stuff like that. So we're busy.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing those kinds of things, or we're really active with our church, and then we're just really active.
Y'all stay super busy.
We are
way
always
too busy.
We are always busy. And it's all like all of the fun holiday stuff that we do, or we're just with his family or my family, and it's just, we're constantly busy. I want to take this time to be able to just take a break, I guess, in a way, from doing the experience things and go to a park, like something basic and something easy to do that we should be doing anyways.
Yeah, I get the parks making you nervous because literally Arturo was took the girls to the park today, and before he's leaving, I'm just like, hey, be vigilant, make sure, like, they stay close to you. And I'm even telling the girls, like, hey, like, stay close to your dad.
Yeah.
Like, and I told them, remember, there's weirdos out there. Like, and I was literally like, I'm watching them drive away, and I'm just like, oh my God, please come back. Please come back. Because, people. I don't trust people.
I don't either. And
yeah.
That's why I won't go really anywhere by myself.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the girls, because you never know. Like, I'm just saying, I'm tiny. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it's you and then you have 2 kids, it's so easy for somebody to grab one of your kids, somebody else to grab the other one, and then it's like, where do you go? How do you choose? Yeah. I know, I'm the worst. I think about the worst scenarios.
I know, but that's where I go. So that's where that's where I go to. But now that Jordan's here, we have that ability to go to the park more. So that's my biggest goal for the year.
That's a big one.
At the end of the year, ask me how many times I've gone.
I'll keep tally. I'll ask you throughout the year, hey, how's it going?
My goal is, let me say, at least twice. I feel like
twice
at least twice.
So 2 times in 2025.
2 times, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's doable.
That's why
I'll invite you to more to go with our girls, so that's already one.
But it's got to be like, I have to have a bare minimum, so I don't feel like I'm...
Realistic goals.
Yes.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
So there, 2 times at least.
Twice. Okay.
I'm hoping for more, but 2 men.
Yes.
Okay. There we go. See, you gotta help me stay accountable.
I got you. I can get hold of you for at least one of those this summer, at least.
Got it. Solid. What's your family goal?
Well, mine's so basic. Mine's so simple compared to yours. No, mine's lead by example. Like,
what do you mean? That's a good one.
Well,
That's a big one.
I think I just want, I want my girls to grow up and be not a certain way, but have certain, personality, I guess, characteristics, or, I want them to be independent women one day. I want them to have confidence. I want them to love their natural beauty. So I think that's what it is, lead by example. If I want my daughters to be this way, then I have to exemplify what I want them to be like. Because, I want them to grow up and be like, wow, mom, really was naturally beautiful. Like, I never saw her doing this, which, you know, if people do all that, good for you. Like, that's
not me.
It's just more, like, I'm more, not minimal. Let's call it lazy.
No.
I feel like I'm just lazy. But so just things like that, or if like, I want my children to have a healthy diet, like pay attention to food. Well, then I need to lead by example. I need to learn those things. I need to teach them while they're young. If I want them to be healthy and exercise, well, I want them to watch me exercise and see, wow, like mom and dad were always active. So kind of just have that expectation for themselves because they already saw their parents. Kind of like elevate them more than my parents did to me.
Yes.
So lead by example. It's just.
I always say that. I always say I want my children to be better than I was.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
hands down. I love that.
Yeah.
I do. That's really great. I wouldn't say that you're lazy. I just think it's not. I just think it's not a priority.
Yeah.
You know, like you prioritize what you want, and I don't do any of that. I mean, I probably have the same makeup since I was a dancer.
It's expired then. Did you know that there's expiration?
I did not. I learned that this break. I just learned about that. My mother-in-law, I was talking to her about mascara, and I was like, I had one new mascara, and I bought it when I was married, and she was like, you know, you probably shouldn't use. Like, I was like, but it's like once, maybe a year.
I did not know that either until some years ago. My sister had a friend who worked at Sephora.
Yeah.
And she pointed out at the bottom of the makeup, there's like this little makeup container picture, and it says like 12M, so 12 months, 6M, 6 months, some have 24, but it has an expiry. I did not know that. So I would do the same with my mascara, and then when it would dry out, I would put eye drops. I would put eye drops to make it.
We are not the go-to people.
We're not makeup. We're not those people.
Do not go to me.
So it took me a while to learn that too. So now I'm just like, fine, I'll trash it.
I was really shocked. Yeah. So I feel like you telling me that is another thing of me probably needing to throw my crap out.
Okay, well there you go. Send me a picture when you trash it. Accountability.
Accountability. This has to go. But yes. Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
So like food, working out, prioritizing yourself.
Kind of like not self-care, just like cherishing, I guess, like what God gave us, like taking care of our body, taking care of our mind even. So like reading, them watching me read, like for that to be a norm. Like, oh, mom used to always read, or dad used to always do this. Like that's basically
good habits. You're
just
installing good habits.
Yeah, good habits.
I love that.
Yeah.
I might piggyback on that. Yeah. That's a good one. I like that one.
All right, what are your teacher goals?
I had to ask this one. Okay.
To quit!
Be a stay-at-home mom. No, I do love teaching, guys. I hope you guys know that we're joking, but prioritizing not being extra, like I said, with the whole Finding Joy podcast that we had, this whole idea of kindergarten having this insane amount of pressure, feeling like it's got to be like extra magical, I gotta stop. I gotta stop trying to do that extra crud. One, we're in a new school. Two, this is my first time being in kindergarten in a long time, in 6 years. I need to just be okay with where I'm at and not do, I just want to prioritize being okay where I'm at. Really. And not working on the weekends and stop working late. Even though I'm enjoying it and I'm loving it and I'm passionate about it, I feel like that time I'm missing out on with my husband or something with the girls. If the girls are on their iPad, one of them has an iPad and I let them watch 15 minutes of it. Well, I'm I get 15 minutes. You can watch TV, you can watch the iPad. I have 15 minutes to do slides.
Yeah.
When I could be doing something else at home.
Yeah.
Or reading a book, because I only read in the summers or during this break.
Yeah.
I can actually read throughout the year if I just stopped doing work.
Yeah.
It's a problem for me.
You would gain time to do something else. And I do think, and I think we talked about this before, but you do feel an extra pressure also because you're the lead of the team.
I do. It's insane the amount of pressure I have.
Whenever you're telling me how you felt about it, I'm just oh, well, I'm fine. For the most part, I'm I get it. But you're the lead, so I get your pressure is way different from me, who does not have that position. And
it's because I hear all the extra chatter.
Yeah.
You know, like I hear all the extra chatter from everybody else, and I'm just like, y'all gotta stop on that too. Like I feel like you're pressuring me as well. So not only do I pressure on myself, but other people are pressuring me too. And I'm like, cut it out. Like you gotta meet me where I'm at too. Setting the boundaries.
Setting boundaries, yeah.
So prioritizing my boundaries, I guess is what I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your teacher goal?
Mine's pretty simple again. Leave work at work, which is similar to yours kind of, but again, you have that lead position, so I think you have different stressors. And mine is just leave it at home. Like, leave it at home. Oh, heck no. No! Leave it at work. Just like you. Like, I love what I do. But it's just not fair. It's not fair for my husband. It's not fair for my children. For me to constantly be thinking about something else. Or, like, me looking forward to putting them down to sleep and know that, okay, now I have time to, like, send this email or to get this training or whatever it is that I need. So I think that's it. It's just one, leave it. And, you know, and our admin also always says it too, like, leave it and it'll be here when we get back.
They're so good about that.
But it's just so hard to do that. It's so hard to do that when you have such, like, the most amazing kids in your class that you want to do everything for them.
I agree.
And then you go the next morning and you didn't, those things are still there. That list is still there. And it's like, well, wow, I could have really gotten this done. So it's just, but I don't know, somehow find a way to just not say like, just forget it. Like, just stop. Just stop because I can't do it all. There's just one of me.
Yes.
There's one of me. And these expectations around being a teacher, it's too much.
It really is.
And it's not like we're like wimps. Like, it's not like we're like, we've been doing this for a while, but it's just expectations don't stop. So it's like, well, we have to say no then. Like, it's just.
It's a double-edged sword. Because if you don't, you feel like you're gypping these kids that you love so much that are so great because you're doing like, you could do extra, but then you're taking away from your own personal kids. So like, there's no balance.
I know, there's no balance.
There's not.
And like, we'll work through lunches.
Yes,
we'll work through all the training. Like sometimes, even if we have like a team meeting, like sometimes I'll still have my iPad open and I'm still like trying to get something done or catch up. Even just catching up on emails is a whole task.
That alone. Yeah.
Like, I go in the morning, I already have 3 emails, and throughout the day I get another 3. And then it's the end of the school day, then I've gone home and I haven't read those emails, so now I'm going to be behind on something or be unaware of something. But there is no time to read them because I'm with children all day. Like, I think that's the part. It's like, sure, if I had half a day of just planning time, of course, but I'm literally with kids all day long. So then either I'm going to be the teacher that's full on paying attention to my students. And
or you're going to be the teacher behind your desk.
Or I'm going to be staring at my computer because I have like my administration side of being a teacher and then actually teaching. So, I don't know. We're going to make
So what we need to do is actually stop teaching properly is what you're telling me.
Basically. I don't know. It's like you have to pick one or the other one. Like, it stinks.
It does. I mean, I prefer to be on, like you, be with our kids and anything. It's just the paperwork is what.
And how many times do I like see y'all in passing or at recess? Sometimes I don't even read the email. Sometimes just like, hey, what did Miss blah 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 sent out? And look how unprepared it makes me look. But it's not that. It's just I'm with the kids all day. But sometimes it's just easier to hear it from a teammate. And sometimes like I won't even open the email because I didn't have time to read the 4 paragraphs of very important things. But I'd rather get it summarized by a teammate, which I'm sure drives them crazy.
No, it's just, I'm with me where I'm finding where I'm catching up on it. And it's really sad. This is going to sound really bad. But when I have to go to the bathroom, I make sure to take my phone so I can read emails. What the heck is that about? I don't even get to go pee in peace. Because I'm like walking and I'm trying to read, and then I'll put my phone down, I'll go potty, but then I'm rushing potty because we got to get back to the kids, right? So I'm rushing that, and I'm washing my hands, and then I pick up my phone, and then I'm reading my emails again.
Okay. I used to be like such a, not hardcore judgy, but like, I used to be really shocked when I would see teachers in the hallways on their cell phones. Mostly because when I would happen to catch a glimpse of their screen, they were like on social media sometimes. So like
Blasphemy.
Yeah, I know. But now I'm just like, maybe most of them are not doing that. Maybe most of them are actually checking up on emails. This year,
I started it.
This year, I am that teacher
So
that I will like I'll be like, obviously I'll pay attention to my kids, but then I always walk like in the middle of the line or like at the end of the line. And I'm that teacher that has that phone now, and I'm like, this is not me. Like, I can't stand it. And one day, our admin's gonna walk right by, and there I am checking their email that they sent out. Like,
but you know what?
Oh.
If they come and ask me, I will be like, I cannot keep up. Like,
I know.
because I can't.
So is it possible? Is this even a realistic goal to leave work
I
at work?
think so. I think so. We could try.
I think we can try. I did it for a couple years though. The past 2 years.
But I feel like you were in a good routine. You know,
Yeah.
like we just gotta get there again. It just takes time.
Yeah, I think the new grade is different, and then being bilingual and all that new stuff.
You've
too.
got a lot.
But
Yeah.
I think I can safely say it was 3 years
Mhm.
that I was like nothing.
Yeah.
It would all stay. But yeah, I don't know. Something's changed. I guess the more responsibilities and
There's just more added to our
New
plates, more
grade.
documentation, more everything. It's just heavy. And it only gets heavier every year because there's more stuff to add. Needless to say, teaching is not teaching. Sorry. We're administrators, like doing all the secretarial work there. We're moms. We're nurses. Practically EMTs
counselors,
and counselors at the same time.
therapists.
Yeah, for sure. All while doing our paperwork and lesson planning.
So maybe my teacher goal, maybe I gotta change it. Instead of leave work at work.
Time limit. You have only like this time to work any other time outside of school if you decide to.
Maybe it should be like, I should stay late one day out of the week.
That's reasonable.
Like one
But
day out
like
of the
how
week.
late are we talking? Because
Oh,
if
like
we're gonna
late.
talk about 10:30 like this
Oh.
girl did that last time.
Till 11 o'clock until whatever time. Because that's the only way.
You
Either
know
I'm
what, it's
spending
true.
2 hours each day throughout
It's
the
true.
week, or I'm doing all the 6 hours at one evening. Take my
Right.
dinner and everything.
It's true. It's
So maybe that's what I need to do. It's instead of leave work at work. That's so sad.
yeah.
Instead of leave work at work, it's stay late one day and then the rest of the week just leave it alone. Wow. Well,
That's
there's
where
my
we're
teacher
at.
goal.
That's where we're at, folks. Like I know. Well, if I'm gonna stop working on weekends and stuff, then I'm gonna have to do one day like too,
Yeah.
'cause- yeah. And that's the thing is I've been staying a little bit later every day, probably till not super late, but 4:45 ish, 5, and that's
And
still
that's
not enough.
late.
But it's not enough time,
That's
especially
so
when we get out late.
Yeah, our district, our elementary, we get out so late. Everybody around us gets out at 3:30.
Something, yeah. No,
It's a
3:30.
whole hour.
Yeah. We don't get out till 4:30. Okay, I know.
Let's stay on topic.
Okay. Personal goals.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I am super excited about this one because I got a Christmas present for this. So it's
Mhm.
great. So spend more time with like my devotionals and everything. I need that for myself to ground myself. Like I used to be a heavy reader. I still do my praying in the morning and stuff like, but I used to do a heavy reader with devotionals and writing things down and my thoughts and stuff. And I feel like the past 2 years, ever since I had my second child, I kind of stopped.
Mhm.
Not for the lack of not wanting to, it's just finding the time. And now I feel like I'm in a good place where I can start that back up, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Mainly just because I need to stop trying to fix the negativity that is around me lately. I know you know what I'm talking about. But there's just a lot of, I feel like personal attacks lately
Yeah.
happening in my life right now, and I just feel like I need to just ground myself, you know? Re-ground myself. Just saying. So that's where I'm at for my personal goal.
Okay. Okay, you're negativity.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't go into too much
I
detail.
know, and I can't ask you things either.
I
so I'm just
know
looking
you
at
guys want to know what I'm talking about, but let's not. It's a
I-
whole lot. It's
yeah.
just a whole lot.
All right.
What? I can put it in perspective for them, I can just be like, when you have those people that are just super negative and like literally try to suck your joy out and your happiness and like put you down all the time or something like that, that's where I feel like it's really getting to me, because I'm normally a fixer and I want to fix that person, or I just want to give and give myself to try to help them find some joy or some happiness in their soul. And if they don't want it, I have to be okay without it, right? Right?
You're just going all in.
No, not in. I'm just saying, like, joy or happiness, like, but I need to be okay with that, which is why I need to, like, spiritually ground myself and be like, let it go, let it fly, let it crash, either one.
How about just don't look that way?
It's hard when you feel it, though. It's so hard when you can feel that person's, like, energy. Sometimes it's crumbling.
Yeah.
It just makes me sad. Like, not, I don't know if I'm explaining this right. Not sad in the way of, like, I need you to like me. It's sad, like, I hurt for you. Because, like, if you're at that point in life, that makes me sad.
Yeah, like you want them to be in a better place.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Because that's my fixer in me.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't help that. So, okay, yeah. Sorry, long story short.
No, you're good. You're good.
Your personal
Let it out. It's 2024. Okay?
Right.
We're going into 2025, letting it go.
Letting it go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, my personal goals. That's a long list, okay?
Okay.
But let's start with the most important one.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, what my goal is always to strengthen my relationship with God, for sure. And that's always by either reading scripture, devotionals, worship music. It's always it.
Yeah.
So, next one is work-life balance, which we figured out our goal. One late day, one late night a week. And then lose weight is absolutely my personal goal. Girl, I weighed myself yesterday.
Oh.
I am getting actually close to my postpartum. Yeah, that's wild. So all the weight I lost, I've gained it back and some, which is like 12 pounds. Well, I don't care. I weigh 152.2 as of yesterday. Yeah, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. So, and I know why, obviously, like, it's just, I know the whys behind it. It's just, I need discipline. And, and I think that's what ties to work-life balance is, it's like you said, like, earlier, you could be doing different things at home if you weren't consumed with work. And part of that, to me, is I'm working and I'm not exercising. So I've even put a platform over my treadmill to put my iPad on and things like that. Is like I have to get so creative to just even try to get my.
Smart, though. That's genius.
So definitely lose weight, and then my last one is to find a side hustle.
Hey.
To find a side hustle, so I can hopefully phase out of teaching in the near future. Just I need to make up what I make for my salary somehow, some way, because I gotta get out. As much as I love it,
I feel you.
I love my family more.
So they're gonna make us stay at home moms.
Yes. Y'all would just listen to our episode to share on Facebook and YouTube.
You would be making dreams come true.
Literally. No shame. I don't care.
No, I don't care either. I agree. It's just education isn't the same. I mean, obviously, they know. They're hearing our struggles.
I know. I'm sure they're like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. But
I know. I like
something.
Losing weight is a big thing for me. I weigh more than I have ever weighed in my life.
Okay.
And it's killing me. So but it's not the fact of like, I'm not trying to be skinny or anything like that. I'm trying to keep up with my kids without being like, you know? I want to be healthy, like, for myself. I want to live a long time, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to just live here for a short time.
No, for sure. And I think that's what, that's my goal too, is like, it's not a certain number. I mean, obviously I do have a number set in mind,
yeah.
But it is more just like, just health. Like, my family's prone to diabetes.
Yes.
High blood pressure, cholesterol, depression, anxiety, like all the Hispanic stuff.
Things. Yeah, I was like, all the things.
So it's like I gotta do my part to avoid those things, and then also to get my children a head start on being healthy because I wasn't as a kid. Like, you know, we just it wasn't a priority. But I was fed, thank God. Like, you know, so I'm grateful for that. It's just I didn't know what I was consuming.
Yeah.
I didn't know like rice and beans were just basically carbs.
Yeah.
Like, no wonder I was like I would get hungry 30 minutes after, and like because there's no protein.
Nope.
Like so just stuff like that. It's like just learning. So yeah, lose weight.
It's fun
for
what
sure.
we learn when we're adults.
It took me 30 years.
It took me a long time.
I feel like I'm just now learning to be an adult. Like
It took me marrying my husband to understand half the stuff that I was consuming. Like, it's wild.
yeah,
But
one
and a side hustle. I want a side hustle too.
How to do it? It's the only way.
I know.
It's the only
I have
way.
one. I just gotta do it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
But with what time?
You know what? We're gonna have to find a 1 day a week to do late for that too. Then where else we gonna have time? Because we got so many things on our plate.
This break, I literally started like this little. Arturo was like, I've noticed that this break you focus more on your hobbies. Like it used to be like you start exercising around this time. I was like, yeah, that's really sad. Like first of all, that's really sad what you just said. That I wait for my breaks to actually exercise. But it's true. Like it's true. He's like, I've noticed that you're more focused on a hobby. I was like, yeah, because I'm trying to get out of education. Like, but then
you have to do something.
And then I told him, like, it's also unrealistic that once I start teaching, I'll be able to continue this because I can't. Because then my career has to go back up to my priority. Then if it's not exercising, then it's food. Like what I'm consuming needs to be good. I cook every day so I can control that. So it's just like, I have to be, you said it earlier too, like be realistic with yourself. I cannot do job, side hustle, podcast. Like, and that's why I told them, like, podcast is my priority. So I'm gonna have to pause this other stuff that I'm thinking about until the summer starts.
Yeah.
So it's just hard. And sometimes I wonder, like, is it just teaching that's like this, or is it just everything? Is it every career?
Can you please tell us, like, if you're not a teacher and you're listening to us, let us know, because I want to know. Because people I've heard, I ain't gonna lie, people that I've heard that have left education and have gotten a regular 9 to 5 said that they don't miss breaks at all, because they literally feel like a whole weight's been lifted off their shoulders. Yeah. And that's insane!
I know.
Because I can't picture myself working in a 9 to 5. Like, I really can't. Like, I don't feel like I could be in a box. You know, we get to ebb and flow. It feels like I could even teach outside if I want to.
But it's not 9 to 5, though.
But it is.
It's literally 7
and you don't have
to 6.
I know, or sometimes later.
Yeah.
And it's weekends. And this is what also drives me crazy is people think that we really get summers, but we don't. Like, we're still doing stuff.
I guess I get, like, it's all, like, blocked off. Like, it's a long vacation time. But maybe it's better to balance that vacation time throughout the year than all of it being... Because then we're burning... Like, we're killing ourselves for 10 months.
I agree. Yeah.
And, like in 2-3... Since school started, I have put on 12 pounds.
Yeah.
What?
That's insane.
So I told
but you have a lot of that stress, too.
And I told her, like, if I continue at this rate, can you imagine I'm going to be at the end of the year? I'm not going to recognize myself.
I already don't recognize myself. So, oh my gosh.
So,
that's insane.
Anyhow, so.
Yeah, let us know.
We'll see.
I
already know it's better. I don't need to know. Arturo has a sweet job. People all over TikTok.
I know. TikTok.
People all over social media say how happy they are after they leave education.
They do, because they don't have anything to take home anymore. It's gone and it's left at work. We're in the wrong profession, maybe. Darn us for loving teaching kids. Like, loving kids, teaching kids.
It's not loving me back, though. And I think that's what I think I told you. Like, it is a toxic relationship. I love it, and it is not love us back. And
our old assistant principal said that this was a toxic relationship that... like you're trapped in. It's a vicious cycle, she would say. And she was like, it's something that's hard to divorce. She used to say that.
Are you serious?
She's like, it's a toxic relationship and it's one of those vicious, abusive cycle ones that you can't get out of. Until you just do it. And then even the divorce is so hard.
Because your passion's still there.
Yeah, because you love the job. And I'm like,
So
way to
gross.
put that into perspective for me.
So gross.
That made me feel really bad. And made me question why I even went into this profession.
Why? I can tell you why. I can tell you why we did it. Because nobody told us it was going to be like this.
That's true. You're right.
Nobody told me. Not one of my professors ever said anything. And none of my family knew because none of them had been in education. I came in blindsided.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's messed up, really. I talk to all
and
the time.
honestly, I wonder if it's because at the time it wasn't that bad. Like, as bad as it is now.
That's true.
Because now, with all of the other stressors of, like, social media, technology coming into play, I mean, and all of this new stuff that we have to do to cover our own butts.
That's true, because when I had my mentors, like, they really seemed to be happy.
Yeah.
And I remember one of my mentors, like, yes, it does a lot sometimes, but you just gotta leave it. But she was never stressed. Like, I would see her go in and out.
Mm-hmm.
I would see her planning during planning time, and I never saw her doing any of this.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
It's just society now. The new norms. It's insane. So for 2025, our goal is to leave education.
Quit. Leave it behind. Divorce.
Divorce it.
Okay, we're gonna start separation. There's steps to the
Yeah,
divorce. We're gonna
separate.
We're gonna start separating around March. Start getting ready for that divorce. Okay?
Okay.
Then
I'm
May.
just laughing at this.
Where this led us to. We're gonna start separate. We're gonna break up March, like mentally, right? We're not telling, like, because we really don't know if we can actually quit, y'all. Because I need money.
Hello. Money talks, as my dad says. He goes, money talks.
And then the summer I don't know.
We'll figure it.
I think just one day I just have to, like,
Rip the Band-Aid.
yeah, basically just be like, I freaking quit. This is it. Mm-hmm. I'll figure it out. I'll go work wherever.
Well, that's the end of episode 4.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Recess with Moms.
We are so grateful to have you here with us.
If you enjoy this episode, please subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Please feel free to connect with us on social media. Our social media info is down below.
Until next recess.